Alright everyone, we're back with a new video, and today we're taking a little adventure at a place that I'm not familiar with, but I do have a tour guide. This is Alan. This channel is Revenge of the Apocalypse, and we're down here, which is Palmerton.
Yes.
And what we have here, I'll show you, is the remains of a mining company. And from what we could tell so far, it looks pretty spectacular. There's a lot of ground to cover here. We brought our drone, so we'll get some drone footage. And we also do have another person with us too. You know that guy, Cliff the Wandering Woodsman. So make sure if you're not subscribed to their channels, I will put links down below. Check out their channels. They have a lot of great videos. And if you're ready, come along with me as we check it out. So we have a pretty tall structure right here. It looks like some hoppers in there. And then looks like maybe a tumbler up there. And in the distance behind the tree is a building of sorts. So and I think there's some other stuff up there too farther once we get up there. So we gotta cross the road here and wait for the car to go by and ascend up there and see what there is. So let's get going. It's pretty neat too because they have little stairways here, which makes it easier to get around.
Ice.
It's a pretty neat operation. So Cliff pointed out this looks like an area where trucks would pull under here, and material will get dumped into the back by controlling this lever right here, which opens up that latch on the hopper feeder there. And most likely it was the finished product that they would truck out of here, so it's all part of the process. But we got a lot more to explore, so we'll keep moving. It's kind of steep and slippery, so be careful.
And as long as somebody catches me on camera, at least it's worth it, right?
I'll share the profits with you. Oh, wow. Look at this. It's a huge hole. Well, you know we have to go in there. And it's a big conveyor tunnel. That is freaking awesome. All of these guys get a look at it first, then we'll hop inside.
They found a big hole.
Oh, no hard. Oh, this is pretty neat. It's getting shorter the closer you go, the farther you go. Yeah, it goes about another, well, it actually goes farther than I thought. There's a hole back there and it goes probably at least 50 feet, but you have to crawl on your belly to get back there. I'll zoom in though to show you. And you can see through that hole, it keeps going. This is probably at least 80 feet in length.
Very easy, man. Keep going.
Yeah, there's a hole. It goes at least another 50 feet, but you have to be on your hands and knees to get through it.
Oh.
So maybe something you want to do, I'm not sure.
I'll check it out.
Okay, here's the old rollers for the conveyor. Still grease on them and everything. So it looks like it would have brought the material off this belt onto that belt and would have went up to those hoppers that would have dumped into the trucks. There's a whole like maze of belts here and conveyors. It's pretty awesome. So I think Cliff's gonna hop up here, so we'll let him get a look at it. I think there's a big pulley right here too. It's good scale. See my hand? So here's Cliff, the climbing woodsman. Yeah, you're gonna need something. Yeah, you might be able to see down the hole with that. I should have brought mine. So if you guys want to see what he is looking at right now, just be sure to watch his video. He's just a bit more maneuverable than I am. But when he gets out, we'll get his thoughts on it. I really do want to get up here at his little shack right here and these walking platforms. I'm not a big fan of heights, but from what I can tell, the lumber looks pretty solid, so we'll see how far I'm willing to push the limits. Well, Cliff emerged a little dirtier, but still in one piece. Do you want to briefly explain what you saw?
There was like a really nice part you could walk through, but then it got that little hole. I think it looked like it just ended back there. The pipe was like crushed.
Oh, was it?
So I'm not sure. Oh wow.
I thought it kept going, but maybe I was
It did
seeing
go back
something.
a little ways, but then it was blocked. I mean, maybe it went off that way or down,
Okay.
but I couldn't.
Yeah, so if you want to see what it looks like, just check his video.
It was a little uncomfortable.
You've been in worse spots.
I know.
When you emerged out of the ground. Did you see that video? I
did, yeah.
Yeah, it's like the earth gave birth to him.
I know.
If you guys want to see what I'm talking about, I'll put a clip up of that right now. It's one of the best shots of Cliff I ever got. He basically disappeared into the earth and then it spit him back out, so
Yeah.
pretty awesome.
Goodbye, world.
He's getting sucked back in. That's a huge tumbler. It's like what you see on the show Gold Rush. That separates the rock and the fine material. Wow, I never saw one up close. I think that's called, if I'm not mistaken, a trommel. You could correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is a trommel right here. Typically though, they have grates, so the material falls out, but I almost guarantee there's probably troughs in there, so it kind of brings the material towards one direction. And look at the giant wheels on it here. They're almost like railroad wheels. That is really cool. Yeah, here as you can see the large sprocket around that and a big electric motor. This is very impressive and a lot of scrap metal too. Okay, so what I want to do is climb this ladder right here. There should be enough. Is there a platform? Yeah, there's part of a platform at least to walk on. And I want to get a look inside that trommel if we could. If we could. I don't know if that's going to happen, but let's see how it goes.
Let's try and get a look inside the trommel.
Hopefully you can see there's actually riffles back there like I explained. There's... Oh, the light went out. Yeah, Cliff's going to give me a freshly charged up flashlight, but as I was explaining, inside here there's kind of like riffles going horizontally and they have little scoops on them, so it's making the material turn at the same time traveling it out towards that end. So if that makes sense, but that's how it looks inside. And it leads the material towards the conveyors that lead to that finished hopper area, so hopefully it makes sense to you guys. Okay, we got flashlight with new battery, so let's try again. Yeah, there's a good look at them right there. So that's what's responsible for tumbling and moving the material through this trommel.
The light in there, so if you want to see what it looks like in there, you can watch his video.
So,
JPVideos.
pretty neat.
You get a look inside.
Now we're up here too, Alan spotted there's actually controls right here. There's the start stop button and one of the screw in glass fuses, so that really dates it. And some kind of valve here too with the numbers on it. Probably for speed or pressure or something like that. Really cool. And while we're up here, you can see how much more there is here to check out. That looks pretty freaking awesome.
That's gonna be fun.
Looks like we gotta scramble up a pile of material there, but there's more conveyors and another building up there. So, really curious about it, but we're gonna walk this catwalk now and hopefully make it out of here in one piece. Yeah, this is.
Oh, you can actually go right across.
Yeah, I am. If it holds me. Okay, so that's where I just was. We're checking out the trommel hopper area. And now we're going to check out the structure behind us and see what's inside of it. So we'll get inside there and see what it looks like. Okay, so slight detour. We said we're going to do that building next. But I figured out we're going to check out this little shack area here and just see what that looks like before we continue on. But I kind of like to see everything in the area that there is to see before moving on. That way I know I didn't miss anything and that I didn't miss anything to share with you guys. So I'll keep you rolling right here and we'll take a quick look at it. Oh yeah, that's 10 times better than what I walked on. So here's the little shack here. It's probably an operator's shack or a watchman's shack just to make sure everything's moving correctly. Probably report any blockages or anything like that or jams. You gonna go across? I'll keep the camera rolling. Yeah, he really has nothing to worry about because I'm about 100 pounds heavier than him.
Alan is crossing.
And the wood is much stronger here.
Walkway of death.
And if you notice, his hair kind of blends in with the rust. It's almost like a same color tone. So I guess we'll follow suit. And you guys know I'm not a fan of heights, but I'm willing to do this for you guys. There are metal beams under here, under the wood, so it is somewhat protected. Huh?
Branding on it from the companies.
Okay, so you said there's an electrical power box with a company name on it. Actually, to make it easier, just watch his video. He'll show you the inside of that. Now, this right here is not what I consider fun because I'll give you a look. It's probably about a 25, 30 foot drop. But here's a good view of where we were earlier. That hole there, that's what we climbed into, which goes somewhere into that mountain. So
We'll see what happens here.
so I'm saying in this little guard shack
I
here,
really like my heights, and you can see through the floorboards.
and we'll watch him as if we're watching the conveyor system.
Yeah, thanks. All right, here we go. Got a man up. Watch the camera, not look down.
Yeah, those guys have nothing to worry about. It's me that's really risking it. Fortunately, with being a heavier guy, it doesn't help with crossing old wood 25 feet in the air.
When I saw JP walking across, the floorboards are bending a little bit. He weighs a little more, so. Alright, let's go back across.
Cliff, what are you trying to say?
Not saying anything.
No, I kind of expected that to happen, so.
Like when you were right here, I saw it bending, I'm like, oh.
Oh yeah, because the one section there has no beam under it.
Oh, thanks for telling me that.
I don't want to scare you.
Alright, we're back.
Okay, so we had our little fun over there by the guard shack, or watch shack, whatever you want to call it. We're going to do this building next, which we were already mentioned. Then in the background there's another building that Alan didn't even notice. And it's a good sized one. It almost looks like a home.
Yeah, I see a porch railing.
Yeah, it looks like a front porch, so pretty intrigued to check that out. So before I jump to my conclusions and get too excited, let's stay on schedule here and check this out first. So here's one cool thing we spotted is these brick diamond patterns on the walls. I don't know if they go all the way through, but you can see the walls are made of stone, and then they have those brick diamonds made in various areas. So maybe for ventilation, maybe it's just decorative, I'm not really sure. Got a lonely window up top.
Looks like they're filled in with something, actually.
And then we got this pipe going into the ground, so obviously some kind of current pipeline here, but that looks pretty cool. And you can see the old electrical connections up there. Okay, so here's a closer look at the building. We got some metal window frames here and what's left of a little awning and roof. Wow, this is pretty spacious in here. This reminds me of like a barn almost. I'm not crazy about the wooden floor. Yeah, I'm not gonna spend too much time up here. There's a bottom level we could check out.
Yeah, I don't think walking across that's a good.
Look, there's like sanding pads there on the wall. See them? Some kind of stones or sanding, something out there. I don't know what they are. It looks like sanding or grinding stones. So if you guys see, those brick diamonds are passable. They're not sealed up.
This is like huge.
There's a little shack here though, which I'm hoping I can make it to. Oh, here's all the electrical boxes.
That's what I'm saying, even just.
This looks like a little parts room. There's some oil filter boxes in here. Switch starter. And you can see the shelves are labeled here with duct tape with numbers. Alcohol evaporator fluid, it says on that little sticker there. So I think we're going to head around and go in through the basement, where at least we could get a solid feel for it without risking falling down. And here's a better look. I really like those. I don't know why they stand out to me, and
So now we're finally.
quite beautiful and decorative. There's definitely a foundation here, a retaining wall or something. It's like another conveyor right there, part of it. But we want to get down bottom. I think Cliff went around the other side of the building. But we got to find our way down there. Okay, so we're just standing up there a moment ago and didn't even realize we're staying on top of a room. And here's the main entrance to the building. Looks like a little bomb shelter almost. Did you see this last time? Yeah. Oh wow. It's like storage for some big heavy duty tires. This is like reminds me of like a wine cellar. Completely stone walls. There's a opening. Looks like they use rails as the supports with concrete lined. Smells like oil in here, or grease. They use some 18-wheeler tires. It's a nice little shack though, like a little bomb shelter almost. Is that a light fixture? See anything exciting down here?
They have like the, what do they call it? Core samples or something?
Yeah. There's lots of them. But look at these old timbers here. These are massive. And it looks like they use pipes as support beams here. That's an actual, like a water pipe. I do like the built-in shelving. There's steps. They look fairly solid. Hey, there you go. It's like Bob the Builder.
Right?
Green. I wonder if it's a greenhorn.
30.
It's like a brand new filter. Yeah. Look at a brand new filter. Probably for one of the equipment pieces here. Yeah, those steps are solid. I don't even think they would bend under my weight. I mean, there's not much to this building, but it is, in its own way, quite beautiful. It's very spacious. But I love the old timbers here. Just imagine, you know, what they used it for. It's definitely surviving pretty well, though. The roof is in really good shape. Okay, so if you look in the distance, I believe that is Blue Mountain Ski Resort. That'll give you a perspective as to where we are. But I spotted something right here. Look at this. It's old abandoned tanker truck. I love finding stuff like this because it's just parked here one day and never moved again, and slowly gets taken over by the, not only by the elements but Mother Nature. Oh, it might be a fuel truck actually. It has danger and no smoking. That is pretty sweet. It's got the big V8 emblem on the grill here, and it just looks mean. What kind of truck is this? Let me zoom in here and see that. Can't see that from here. If you guys know what this is, or even a year, definitely let me know. Still got the motor in there. It's got the wooden floorboards. It's actually in better shape than I thought it'd be. This would be awesome to be restored and drive around in. It's probably a 4-speed. It's got let's see if we can see the hours on it. can't read that. I don't know what that would be. It's probably over a certain amount and it rolled over again. Very cool though. Boy, from the back almost looks like a fire truck. I can actually get up here, I think. I've actually got the hatches up here to fill it up.
Yeah, it may work.
Just some water in there. It's pretty cleaned out. Pretty cool.
Ooh, frosty. Yeah.
Well, if you run out of fuel, you should have plenty of fuel in the back of the truck.
Yeah. Goes to 90.
And he spotted too, which I overlooked. It's a F750, so it's a Ford. I should have known that because I love Fords, but it's definitely you, Cliff.
I don't see a gear on it. Yeah, I see everything but a gear.
I think I'll just leave that truck here. Take this one.
Yeah. I don't think anybody will notice.
No.
So Cliff made it in there. I made it in there, which you'll see on Cliff's video. Now Alan took his turn.
I think I'm having the most trouble.
It's not every day you get the opportunity to sit in a truck like that, so very cool. Okay, so we had our little bit of fun back there with the abandoned fuel truck, and now straight ahead of us, something Alan didn't know was here. Looks to be an abandoned house, and from what I could tell, I think it has the open door policy. So if it does, you know, we're gonna go inside and check it out. So let's get closer to it and see how it looks. Oh yeah, we're going in. Now as to how this is in relation to the mining site here, I'm not really sure. It could have been maybe a superintendent's house, maybe living quarters for some of the employees. Really don't know. Hopefully we'll get some answers once we're inside, but if we don't, it's just another piece of the puzzle, as they say. So let's not waste any more time. Let's go inside. That's neat. Flagpole. Cliff, I promise you, an angry old man won't come chase us out of here.
No promises.
I'm pretty certain on that. Got a lonely chair there. Okay, so first impressions, it looks like a type of office right here. There may have been office quarters or administrative area for the company here. Very well could be. They may have converted it from the old house. There's lots of documentation here. Let's see if we could get some dates. What's this? What everyone should know about back problems.
Oh, I need that book.
Look at this, weekly safety meeting, 93. Look at this thing here, portable rain jet. Must be like a hot plate. Oh yeah, yeah, there's the coil. Oh, we have an intruder. Oh, it's only Cliff. This is 96 for the year. So if we're going off dates on this stuff, then the 90s was the last time this was used. Well, this is a nice little recliner. Leather. This floor is just piles and piles of documents. Pennsylvania Aggregates and Concrete Association. Okay, this makes sense. That's what all the sand is for. This is a concrete company.
Okay. All right.
Exactly what it is. That's why the concrete trucks would roll into that little area where we first started. They'd fill it up with the concrete.
So this was for concrete.
Yeah. That makes total sense now.
See that? You explore, you get your answer.
What is that little book right here? MSHA, Safety and Health Standards, Surface Metal, Non-Metal Mining Operations. So my hunch is that this was an actual home at one point that they converted into offices.
Oh, he's got a little bird's nest up here.
Well, look at this architecture. This is actually pretty nice. Got beautiful archways. So look, we've got an archway here for the sink. That's where the medicine cabinet would be. And look at this for the tub. Look at that. That is stunning. I never saw that in a house before for a bathroom. And then we have another archway right here. Some of the plumbing out of here, the copper. And here's our toilet check, or what's left of it. Oh, what's this? Showers? Yeah, so this is like employee quarters, office, staff, showers, probably a break room. Here's a bank of lockers. So yeah, they repurposed the house into company space. Pretty cool. There's still like equipment here, boots and gloves and other stuff for the employees. So it just goes to show that a place like this, Alan's been here before, and he never knew this was here. And this is an incredible find because it really tied together the whole location. We now know exactly what operated here and approximate dates to when it was last used. So it really pays off to search the area well and see what else is here. Another calendar, 96. So 96, 97 looks to be the guesstimated date of last use. Surprisingly, there's not much graffiti. Very little here and there, but I was expecting much worse. Yep, here's the break room, I called it. Break rooms always have like the Pennsylvania laws and everything like that. Got a refrigerator, we got our break table, minus the graffiti. Coffee pot there. So this is 100% the break room. Steps, gotta go up the steps. I do love the archways. And look, there's even I know I'm kind of going too fast here, but I'm kind of excited. Vacation calendar here. It has dates on here, but no year. Pretty cool. Cliff, you upstairs?
Yeah.
All right. Nice wooden steps here. Wow, look at the paperwork.
Yeah, it's tons of Christmas.
Oh, guys, you know what that means? It's official. It's abandoned. These are probably stockings for the employees.
Yeah.
1984.
Christmas decorations. Not the old style.
Oh, I think it was like the C9s.
Yeah, the old style.
Those are valuable.
Like when we had growing up.
Well, Floyd, if you're looking for your stocking, it's right here.
Oh God.
Who else is here?
Merrill.
And Clark. Don't tell me it's Clark Griswold.
There's a Dawn.
It's a butte, Clark. It's a butte. Cliff, here's your Easter basket.
Oh, thanks. I was looking for that.
That fits one egg. Oh, this is a pretty nice room. I like the curved ceilings. And just to show you, there's not much headroom in here.
Yeah.
It's I'm 5'11". These ceilings are probably about 6 foot high. So I'm guessing the men that worked here are pretty short.
Yeah, I straight hit my head.
Yeah. So either they're short or they were hunched over and had hunchbacks.
Yeah, that explains why they had the books down there for back pain.
Yeah, there you go. Tying it all together. And see, this is no cause, no need, no justification for this though.
Yeah.
And stuff like this is why I don't give out locations. People sometimes hound me asking where places are. Well, when you see this and you see that, that's why I don't give it out. You don't know who you could trust. Everyone claims to be a photographer or explorer. Well, I like to preserve things, not destroy them. So if you want to find something, you have to do the research or get lucky and find it by word of mouth or a roadside find. Otherwise, just enjoy it through videos like this one here. I found an inflatable bunny. Let's go give it to Cliff. Cliff, I got something for you here.
Oh, no way.
It's a
Oh, it's a bunny.
inflatable bunny.
Okay.
It goes with the basket I gave you.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be a clown. I can handle that.
Okay. All right, guys, so as you can tell, this video is turning out to be a longer video, like most of them are, but like always, we seem to find more than we're anticipating. But this house right here was a very important piece that we found, because not only did it tell us dates as to when this place was last operational, but it told us what it was. We were under the assumption it was some type of mining company. We saw the piles of sand, we're thinking, what the hell could this be for? But once we saw the books inside the documents, it confirmed it that this was a concrete manufacturing plant. So that makes total sense as to what we're seeing here, as to what they used, all the equipment pieces, and more importantly, the dates. If I could find a date as to when this place opened or began, I will share that with you. Otherwise, you may be able to tell. What the hell was that? Cliff, what was that?
What?
What was that noise?
Oh, that was me.
Cliff is passing some verbal gas over there. I thought there was like an animal coming or something. But yeah, great find with this house. So if you guys have any thoughts, make sure you leave them down below. But we're going to continue on. We still have more to check out, so let's get moving. Okay, so there is a basement which I didn't go into because the other two guys went down there. There's a garage door there. So they said it was nothing really exciting, but if you do want to see what's down there, just watch their videos. The links will be in the description. But right now we're going to go in the distance. There's that tower there. That's the other processing plant where we saw, oh no, that one we already went to. It's kind of behind the trees here where we're going next, up on top of that hill. So that's our next destination. And here's a quick look from the back of the house. Just a little back porch there, but probably was a nice home at one point. And at some point it was taken over by the company and switched to business type quarters with a break room right where that window is. Okay, so as I mentioned, this is our next destination. It's going to be a little bit of a climb to get to it. And once we're up there and we explore everything with our own eyes, myself and Alan are going to throw our drones up in the air and give you guys a nice overhead perspective, which you may or may not have seen already in this video, depending on where I throw the footage at, but that is what the game plan is. So I think our safest and most easiest route is up this little rocky slope here. But yeah, here's all the sand this was used to make concrete. They probably, I'm guessing, brought stone in somewhere up there, crushed it up, and it formed this sand, which was then transported over here. The trommel probably mixed it with the stone, I'm guessing, to make the concrete. I don't know how it works, but I'm just using my imagination here. But I gotta catch up to these guys. Okay, just to give you some perspective as to where we are. Climbed up that big sand bank. Down there is where we parked, where we first started. And then over there is the barn type structure. Down around the bend is the abandoned truck. Behind the trees is the abandoned house, but look at that view though. You can see quite a ways. And right behind us is more awesome stuff. I may or may not climb out on this conveyor belt. I think it would make for incredible footage. I just don't know how well my mind will stay calm climbing up that pretty steep and high elevation conveyor belt. So not gonna make any promises, but we'll see what happens. Okay, hopefully you can hear me and see me. Behind me is the conveyor belt. I'm leaving this camera here. I'm gonna try to make it as far as I can. And I'm gonna take my phone out and film my trip up there. So you'll be able to get a view from here and from me. So not sure how far I'll go, but I gotta at least try it. I think it's gonna make for some pretty neat footage. So next time you see me, I should be making my way up there. That doesn't sound good.
Yeah. Take the drone.
I'm gonna be breathing heavy, just so you know. If I don't look down, I think I'll be okay. I'll put the camera down. Oh, this is making a lot of noise. I don't think I can go any farther. How far am I?
You're like halfway.
Halfway. That's far enough for me. Okay, so we're going to send up the spark now and get a picture of Alan up there on the conveyor system, so maybe he'll get a little bit farther than I did. He made it all the way out there and got some incredible footage of him right here with the drone. So hopefully you can see it's filming right now, but that's gonna look pretty spectacular. Okay, so what we're looking at is Alan's drone. It's the GoPro Karma, and he was flying up around that structure there, and it got interference and ended up kind of nosediving into a tree. So did you lose props or did they break?
I can replace those, but they totally broke off.
Sounds like a spaceship.
Ready to fly.
So he did get some footage, and I got some with mine, and between both of them, we should get some pretty good shots.
I'm gonna love the shot of me spinning out of control through a tree.
All right, so I just got done flying the Spark. Now I want to check out this structure because I've just been eyeing my, I should say I've been eyeing it up ever since we got here. So let's take a look inside and see how it looks. Okay, so as we saw, this is the conveyor that I attempted to walk up. Only made it about halfway. Alan made it all the way, so you can see that in his footage. And now we're inside here. This is it's like a big processing plant. Oh, cliffs up there. How high does it go up? Just, is there, how many?
You can keep going, but the floor up here is like all this open grate.
Yeah.
One like shifted when I walked on it, so I was like, I can use it. Looks like the stairs keep going.
All right, so we'll make our way up there eventually. I'm not going to go to the very top. But as we can see behind here, though, there is much more to see. So I thought it was going to be just a kind of a quick location video. It's turning out to be quite an adventure. Those of you that are familiar with, concrete and manufacturing of it, I'm sure you know what we're looking at here. I unfortunately do not, but it's still something worth sharing. There's all these different hoppers and stuff. It's quite an operation they had up here. See how the wires are cut. Got a heavy duty padlock keeping people out, but it's open right there. Let's see. Now, this is a big power room. All right, let's get inside there and check that out. Okay, so what we're in is essentially the brains of the operation. This is where all the power supplies are, all the electrical boxes, the blocks and everything like that. It's what would power the whole plant, so to speak.
What you got in there?
So it's a power room. Look at these light fixtures too. These are pretty massive. All right, keep moving on, see what else there is to see. Holy crap. That is quite the structure there. This place just keeps going. Look, we got a utility pole there with some big insulators on it. Here's another one. There's it's like a power grid here. A lot of huge insulators. Those are pretty massive ones. Yeah, I won't be going up there, I can tell you that right now. Not unless there's a bag of money up there full of $100 bills, otherwise it's not worth it. You can see the big chutes up here. So yeah, let's follow Alan. We'll see where this goes. These steps are at least pretty solid. Wow, this is big. Size of that flywheel right here. Here's my hand against it. It's probably 3.5 feet in diameter. And this is a little nerve-wracking. I don't like when you can see through, but I think it's okay. I'm gonna walk on the sides here. Oh, this is quite impressive. A word that I use way too much, but it's the best way to describe it. I am having a hard time right now, not physically, just mentally. These grates really play with your mind because you can see through to the bottom, but Alan said there's a pretty cool control room up here. So, boy, this is really amazing. Yeah. It's a control panel there. Oh my God, look at the chute. Holy crap.
There's another one.
This one we can walk all the way through. That is amazing. Alan, I gotta tell you, picked a heck of a location. I mean, to some this might be nothing, but this is just really awesome though. It's like a huge jungle gym.
Not that it really does too much. There's no buttons in there, but it's actually got labeled for what would have been what.
Oh yeah. Conveyors, crusher, screen, tunnel conveyor, Pioneer impactor. A lot of the same equipment I'm familiar with somewhat from watching like TV shows like Gold Rush, where they have the plants for processing the gold and everything like that. So they have shakers and trommels and conveyors and stuff. So I know a little bit just from that, but pretty awesome. Well, I know we got to go down there, so
I'm gonna take the lead with your light.
yeah, I'm gonna take a couple pictures here, then we'll head down there. All right, got my light on. Alan's behind me filming, and we're gonna make our way through here. So I'm taking you along with me. Well, these planks aren't solid, but at least I can't fall through anywhere. Oh, there's a big feeder up here that loads into this. Let's see. This is like a large sewer pipe, almost resembles it. Yeah, so this right here goes up to the surface. Once we get out, it'll make more sense. There's actually another conveyor up on top of here dumping into here, if that makes sense. But yeah, this is the rough material, which I believe they're converting into the sand. That's what I think, at least. We got a motor here. There's some switches, a crank here. Here we have a weight back here, which is most likely keeping this tensioned. Yeah, this is on wheels. So this keeps the belt taut so that it doesn't kind of come off track. Yeah, this is full of material, and they adjust this to adjust the weight they add to it to make it tighter, empty it to make it looser, depending on the weather and the wear on the belt and everything like that. That is a cool shot. You gotta be kidding me.
I guess we've got some more to explore.
This is nuts.
Oh.
Look at this. This just keeps going. Oh, there's some really nice cribbing right there of the railroad ties. Geez, there's another little shack up there. And here's what I was explaining. The belt is dumping and going into the pipe here. But look at that, it looks completely awesome. Geez, I'm having a field day here. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this as well. Even though it's not mining, which we assumed it was and what I'm a big fan of, it's still cool to see an old operation like this. Okay, so to give you some reference, we came out of that pipe right there, and now we have all of this. I'm blown away by how massive this operation is. I never knew so much was involved for making concrete. And it's built on a mountainside too. I mean, this very much resembles the Glen Burn mine colliery there because it's built on the mountainside. So this does very much have that vibe and feel to it. Okay, so Cliff's down there by the pipe where we exited. There's a long conveyor that drops into the pipe. And I just came through this way here, and you can see here's some busted up bearings here on the rollers. I don't know what this is. It is big though. I hope you guys are noticing the smile on my face and the enthusiasm in my voice, because the best way to describe it is me being like a kid in a candy store. This stuff is like just so much fun to explore and to check out and try to piece together in your head as to how this place operated. And the more we see, the more I'm understanding it. Even though I'm not familiar with it, you know, some of the stuff does make sense. And obviously the input from you guys definitely helps as well. So make sure if you are familiar with anything you see here, leave a comment down below. It really will be very helpful and appreciative. So we have a little bit more to check out here. I know this is a long video, but stay with me and stay tuned until the end, because I will have a photo montage which will include some pretty fantastic photos that I took here today. So don't forget to stay around and watch that. So let's keep moving. Okay, just made it through this, what I feel is a sketchy little platform. And I had to go back out because I missed this giant flywheel here. This thing is gigantic, probably the largest one I've ever seen. And those are all individual belts, like almost like a fan belt on your car. So it's like a flywheel, pulley wheel. That thing is probably, 5 feet in diameter. Massive, massive wheel. Enormous equipment up here. And something that's up here powering it is this chain. Hopefully you can see my hand here. It's at least a 1-inch diameter between the links. Big, heavy duty chain. Wow. And over here, keeps going up more, which I'm not feeling that daring. I'm pushing my luck the way it is. But I got some nice cribbing here to act as a retaining wall. And up the top here is I think this is a big hopper right here. So if I'm looking at this correctly, somehow it gets loaded into there, drops through, comes down and works its way through the belts. I'm guessing probably the raw material comes through here. So, very, very cool.
Part of this came crashing down.
All right, I made a little bet with myself and with Cliff. Alan is up on top of there, and I want to give you guys a view of the starting point for this plant, and this is the topper. The way for me to get up there is to ascend these steps and then walk this platform. Hopefully you guys saw that, but I said if it holds me, it'll hold him. And if I make it across, he's coming up too, so.
Fingers across the line.
If I fall though, it better be good documentation of it, so. I'm just gonna tell you right now, I am not looking forward to this. I am going to keep it rolling the whole time though, so if something does happen, oh, at least it'll make for good footage.
Gotta go up there and up that ramp.
This part's not bad here. It's so far so good.
Hold it, if he makes it all the way up, I will too. Not so sure.
Okay, a little nerve-wracking. I'm gonna hold on to this railing here with like all my strength because, yeah, I don't like this at all. And you can make fun of me all you want in the comments. I don't care. You're not here with me doing this. Oh, I can't look down. Don't look down. Cliff, you better be coming. All right.
He hasn't moved yet.
Holy crap, I made it. Woo! Cliff is a good man. He's a man of his word, and he better come up here.
Apparently.
Well, we'll see if he's a man of his word.
But, okay. Alright. I'm just gonna not look down at all. Just gonna go straight up. It's making noise.
The look of determination and nervousness.
Yep.
If I smell something foul, I know what it
I'm
is.
soiled through my underwear and my pants now. I hate both of you.
All right. Wow, spectacular view. All right, well, let's show what we came to see, which is this hopper. So, yeah, it's empty. It's like a chain link conveyor belt. But my assumption is they had a front end loader. Probably material got dumped up here. Front end loader or something would have dumped it into here. It would have made its way through the belts, up that belt, into the pipe, made its way down, and the finished product would have been where we first started our video. So, really cool to see the start and finish of this whole plant. It's a huge hopper though. Could hold a lot of material. Okay, so back there is where the hopper is, where Cliff is. And that's down there where we were before. I still have to check out a little bit more of that building. And we got some gunshots. And right down here is an old crane, which looks really awesome. And a ski resort. I'll actually zoom in and give you guys a little bit closer look at that. Okay, so one of the final pieces here we're checking out is this abandoned crane, which is in the far back side of the property. Kind of spotted it with the drone and figured we'll give you a close-up look at it. I think it's an old drag crane, if I'm not mistaken. It's the kind that drags the bucket, like a drag bucket. If I can find a picture of that to show it, it's usually like a big bucket that it drags to scoop up the material and either make piles of it or load it into trucks to haul off to the different areas. There it is. There's no bucket on it, but I believe that's what it is. But let's get down and get a closer look at it. Okay, here we are. We've got a stamp on the back of it. What's that say? Bucky Russ? Looks like some of the letters are missing. I can't really make out what that says. B-U-C-Y-R-U-S. Then it looks like maybe either a T or an I missing there. E-R-I-E-L? I don't know. Maybe you guys could fill in the gaps there. But look at the motor still in it. Very cool. Yeah, here's the pulley system for the threaded cable that would have went up to the top of the tower there. It's not in that horrible condition. You can still see the original paint, the green. Like I said, I'm not mistaken, I think this is a drag bucket crane. Those are usually much larger, but this may be like a smaller version of it. So you got like a little cockpit there. That one, this is maybe 30, 35 feet high. I'll give you a peek inside and then we'll get some photos of it. So I'm guessing the seat would have been right here. Here's a there's a manufacturer's stamp right here. Probably not really legible. Yeah, here's the motor. It's probably where they started it right there. Has a total hours, let's see, 20610. Maybe 20,000 hours. Not really sure. It's probably a big V8 engine. But yeah, this is the view, operator's view. And you don't have much of a view. I mean, you gotta operate this through this mesh screen here, and probably, you know, someone standing outside directing you what to do, but visibility is not very good. But you got a lot of levers here. Got foot pedals. All kinds of stuff. Someone coated these in grease. I'm not touching those. There's some more gauges here, engine oil and stuff. Very, very cool. So what do you guys think? Do you think I could be a future crane operator or what? I don't think so. Can't help but to play with the levers though, like a little kid. Size of these tracks on here too, very wide for stability. Now, just to show you, I'm size 13 and my foot looks tiny compared to this track, so huge wide tracks on this thing. Okay, so Cliff and Alan both showed me this kind of almost like a crime scene here. There's lots of bones, shotgun shell, and a cell phone. So if any of you out there, or Robin if you're watching, let me know what kind of bones these are. Not really sure. I mean, they've been here a while obviously, but I really don't know what they'd be for. I don't see a skull or anything, but just the combination here, I mean, this slight possibility someone set this up like this as a photo shoot with the phone and shotgun shell, but it honestly could be something else too. I mean, these are decent sized bones. Probably shouldn't be touching them with my bare hands, but
They look sawed off, yeah, sawed up.
yeah, very creepy and strange. Just never know what you're going to find out here. Okay, so got a little bit off track before. You guys remember this location I showed you? Well, I was going to explore upstairs, but I followed Alan and we ended up just kind of getting off course and checking out all other kinds of stuff. So before we end the video, I want to show you a little bit of this place, which is kind of one of the larger structures here with processing and such. multiple levels here. And there's a conveyor running through here with some material that you can see right here. It's like this is what they're crushing to make this the sand, I believe, or that they're mixing in with the sand for the concrete. One or the other. Jeez. So there are levels above us, but I don't really see the need to go up there. But yeah, all in all, it's pretty cool. Let's see if we could snake our way over this way. I don't like this at all. As I said it already. Oh God. Yeah, I'm like a scaredy cat walking up here. I don't like this one bit. Oh boy. Yeah, so here's a more of the inner workings of it here. I wish I was small enough and courageous enough to go higher, but I just do not trust this stuff. It's been sitting out in the elements for at least 20 years and it's pretty rusted. But who's that up there? Is that you?
Yep.
Jeez. Got Spider-Man up there. In all reality, this is probably very sturdy and able to hold my weight without a problem, but just knowing you can see through it and that it's rusted in color, it does, you know, play with your mind. Oh boy. Yeah, this is not fun at all. Back to the steps. Okay, I'm done. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today's adventure. First off, I'd like to thank Alan for bringing us here today because this is his area and he was familiar with it. And believe it or not, he actually discovered things he didn't know about today from us exploring it together. So, very awesome location. Initially, our thoughts were that this was a mining facility, possibly coal mining, but it turned out to be a concrete manufacturing plant. And thankfully, finding that abandoned house with the documents in it is what kind of filled in the pieces and gave us dates and what actually took place here. So, really made for a great video and a great place to check out. You guys have any thoughts?
Just goes to show that you never know what you're going to find when you come to a place like this. So there's a lot of stuff here.
Yeah, very true.
Every time you looked over the next hill, there was something else. So, but that makes it fun though too. So,
Alan, anything?
Yeah, I think it was definitely thrilling, especially with, you know, walking inside of these, and the ground really was not too trusting. So it kind of adds that fear of if you're going to fall through or not, which luckily nobody did. So.
And I got to tell you, all three of us pushed ourselves today more than we probably ever have. Me and Clifford especially did some daring things that maybe on camera don't look so daring, but to us it's something we wouldn't normally do. Alan actually crashed his drone trying to get footage, so make sure you watch his video. He will have the footage of that, of his karma kind of colliding with a tree, and the tree won. And Cliff himself got some great photos and video of all of us. So both their links and videos will be listed down below. Any comments or questions, leave them down below. And don't forget, you can follow me on Facebook. And if you'd like to help support future adventures, you could check out my Patreon page and my Spreadshirt merchandise shop, where you can pick up some JPVideos merchandise. Lastly, if you did enjoy today's adventure, please give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.